परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे की दूरदर्शी सोच और प्रयासों से, परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध के दर्शन, ज्ञान और बौद्ध परंपराओं को। कार्यक्रम में दुनिया के तमाम बड़े बौद्ध धर्मगुरु, बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्री रोज आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं अमूल्य जानकारियां। सबसे पहले देखिए बौद्ध धर्म से जुड़ी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां।
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं।
भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक ऐसा टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो पूरी तरह समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध, उनके दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म के सिद्धांतों को। परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से और परम पूज्य 13वें छोना रिम्पोचे के प्रयासों से शुरू हुए कार्यक्रम शराब सैंगपो यानी नोबल विजडम में हर रोज आप पाते हैं बौद्ध धर्म से जुड़ी अमूल्य जानकारियां। पेश है एक नया और ताजा एपिसोड। बौद्ध धर्म के जनक भगवान बुद्ध ने करीब 2500 साल पहले जब बौद्ध दर्शन का ज्ञान लोगों को दिया था, उसी समय उन्होंने स्वस्थ और बेहतर जीवन जीने के तरीके भी दिखाए। उन्होंने बौद्ध धर्म की राह पर चलने वालों के लिए एक विशेष चिकित्सा पद्धति का सूत्रपात किया, जो आज सोआ रिगपा चिकित्सा पद्धति के नाम से जाना जाता है। सोआ रिगपा चिकित्सा पद्धति में तमाम बीमारियों का बेहतरीन इलाज है और इस विशेष पेशकश में हम आपको बता रहे हैं सोआ रिगपा चिकित्सा पद्धति में कैसे किया जाता है आस्थमा बीमारी का इलाज। कार्यक्रम में अब तक आपने आस्थमा बीमारी की वजह जान ली है। आज आप जानेंगे कि आस्थमा बीमारी कितनी तरह की होती है और इसके लक्षण क्या होते हैं। हमारी सोआ रिगपा एक्सपर्ट के मुताबिक आस्थमा की बीमारी 5 तरह की होती हैं।
Classifications: there are 5 types of asthma or ukmidewa in Tibetan medicines. Number 1 is Tensek, number 2 Munchen, number 3 Ukche, number 4 Chenpo and number 5 Kenju.
अब आप आस्थमा बीमारी के लक्षण भी जान लीजिए।
Primary symptoms, first one is the tightness in the chest or pain at the heart or heart and rib cage, abdominal bloating, breathlessness, difficulty in breathing, that is wheezing, and dry cough.
अगर आपको लगे कि आप आस्थमा के मरीज हो चुके हैं तो सुबह और रात के वक्त लक्षणों पर गौर करें। आपको बीमारी की भनक वक्त रहते मिल जाएगी।
Symptoms are often worse at night or in the early mornings or in response to the contact with trigger.
ये कार्यक्रम आपको रोज दे रहा है आस्थमा बीमारी की जानकारी। अगले एपिसोड में हम आपको बताएंगे गंभीर आस्थमा अटैक होने पर आप क्या करें। कैसे दूर हो आपके जीवन की मुश्किलें, कैसे सवरे आपका करियर, कैसे सफल हो आपका हर काम, क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे। जानिए सटीक होने वाली बौद्ध भविष्यवाणियां।
Tastele Namaste. 19th February 2011 Saturday and 16th lunar day of 12th lunar month of Iron Tiger year. The elementary combination is earth fire, which is an inauspicious combination and brings burning and leads to suffering. Activities related to defeating enemies and undertaking violent activities are more effective. since it is Kalginamgu, so avoid any kind of construction works like renovation of house, laying foundation. This day is not a good day for people of pig and mouse and need to refrain from activities like starting of law, making new clothes, celebration for success and promotions, selling of property, doing surgical things, plowing or digging of earth. However, for the people of Ox, this day can be a favorable since Pumtong or empty was is at south direction, so important activities should not be done while facing south direction. 20th of February 2011 Sunday and 17th lunar day of 12th lunar month of our entire year. The elemental combination is fire and fire, which is a good combination, and such combination gives prosperity and encourages the gaining of food and clothing. It's especially a good day for people of dragon, and activities like doing offering, giving party for promotions or award, meeting of influential people, visiting monastery or temples, and going to pilgrimage or retreating are very favorable on this day. Yet, since it is Pangmen Nambu, therefore you should avoid wedding and engagement ceremony on this day. Furthermore, the day itself is unfavorable for activities like laying foundation for and journey for long travels, visiting of ill people, and avoid surgery things. Pumtong or empty was is at south direction, so important activities should not be done while facing south direction. 21st of February 2011, Monday, and since 18th lunar day is skipped, therefore 19th lunar day of 12th lunar month of Iron Tiger year. The elemental combination is water-wind, which is a bad combination, and the day has incompatibility energy to separate loved ones and bring disharmony. It is not a favorable day to initiate other constructions works like making of dams, fighting for court cases or disputes, going journey or dealing major jobs of wealth and related matters. Since it is Shi Namgo, therefore avoid Lomchu and Shegu. Lomchu and Shegu means prayers to observe the 1-year death anniversary or 49th day prayers for the deceased. In addition, the Lord of Earth or Sadak Simbum moves from south to north direction during midnight to sunrise. Thus, undertaking journey or starting important work from south to north direction during that period is not good. Pumtong or empty was is at south direction, so important activities should not be done while facing south direction. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow at the same time.
क्या है भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन? बौद्ध धर्म का गूढ़ ज्ञान। कैसे मिले दुख से मुक्ति? कैसे पाए बुद्धत्व? क्या है धम्मम? क्या है संघम? ये कार्यक्रम आपको हर रोज दे रहा है ऐसे तमाम सवालों के जवाब। आज बौद्ध धर्म के प्रकांड विद्वान परम पावन दलाई लामा से जानिए भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म का सही ज्ञान।
I think as a living being, sentient being, even I think these flowers, they also have a certain right to grow, to blossom now, and also then eventually seed another sort of generation, for another generation. Then we, a sentient being, on top of this physical sort of element, but there is some mysterious thing that we call mind, consciousness, and emotion. Although grosser level of consciousness and emotions, very much based on brain or city cells. but its own ultimate nature of the consciousness or mind, still ordinary way, ordinary people, still something a little bit mysterious. So, obviously, everybody have the feeling of self, I. So last, I think, around 3,000 years, human being try to identify what is self. So there are different views about self. But there's no sort of different views, feeling of self, feeling of I. And also everybody have to experience the pleasure, pain, joyfulness. Even animal also, because they have the same sort of similar experience. So, with the feeling of self and experiences pains and pleasure, by nature one desire to get more pleasure, more happiness, and do not want suffering. That also common with all sentient beings with different physical, I think according to our own philosophy, obvious experience, the animals, cats, dogs, and birds, even small insect, all have the feeling of I, feeling of self. And with that, the desire to be less disturbance. That feeling is common for every sentient being. Now here, when I use the word happiness, as this morning we briefly mentioned, as was talked, happiness in the sense deep satisfaction. So, in that case, even physical suffering sometimes bring deep satisfaction. Physical hardship, difficulties, this will bring more satisfaction. That also happens. So happiness in deeper sense, genuine, deep satisfaction. I think animal also, I think some extent, that kind of, I think, their satisfaction, I think they are. Then the differences, other animals and we human beings, because of human beings' unique thing, that is about human intelligence. So because of that, there are different level of satisfactions. Animal satisfaction, animal level, I think mainly the satisfaction out of physical experience, sensorial experiences. We human beings, that level, same with other animals, but because of our unique intelligence, so in mental level, human mental sort of, because the human mind is much more kasota, sophisticated, because of the intelligence. So now, although animal, also I think in some extent, there are two levels of experiences, sensorial level and mental level. But then we human beings, see, obviously the mental level experiences and the physical, sensorial level experiences is quite sort of clear. Now, obviously, sometimes physically, as I mentioned earlier, some kind of uncomfortable, certain work, even if those elites,
Athletes.
these people really, physical level, much hardship, isn't it? But they get they have certain sort of goal. When that goal is achieved, then tremendous sort of satisfaction in the mental level. So all the hardship, physical level, brings more satisfaction. And then also, I think obviously, even because of our own experience, I think, for example, the same patient, similar sort of physical illness, pain, in the same sort of room in hospital. One mentally, this is more sort of ability to think of certain different things. Other, less that level, and then only concerned about physical experiences. Then the patient who less sort of ability about mental sort of level thinking, more pain, more sort of because of the frustration. Although physical level, pain similar, right? But because of mentally some different attitude about the illness, about the pain. So therefore, mental level make differences. Then, now of course, sometimes we can express, today my physical little sort of uncomfortable, little pain, but my mind very happy. And opposite, physical, very perfect, no problem, but mentally unhappy. So obviously there are two levels.